Church here, and welcome to the Game Grinder. Today I'd like to do an unboxing of the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy Edition. This is a high-end demand collector's edition. Pretty much on Facebook and Twitter and even YouTube, like, everybody and their mother and their father and their grandparents are showing off their Pip-Boys and doing unboxing videos. It's a really cool, really exciting collector's edition. It's kind of something that everyone's wanted for a long time. If you don't know much about Fallout, basically they are originally started as kind of like top-down Western RPGs. Don't really effectively know how to explain that without going into great detail, but the Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, and Fallout 4 are more of a first-person shooter kind of style, very open-world game, lots of humor hidden into everything, and they're just absolutely fantastic games. I love Fallout since I've started playing them, and having the chance to have a Pip-Boy, which of course you will see in a moment here, is very cool. And it's so of course, checking out the box real quick, you know, obviously it says Fallout 4 somewhere, Fallout 4 Pip-Boy Edition. Of course, as always, it kind of shows you what it comes with on the back, but I'm going to open it up, so no point in going over that. So I'm going to pull off the plastic here. Alright, so plastic off, and this is our container for the Pip-Boy. Looks kind of cool, kind of, you know, sort of military with that, you know, 1950s styling. And, yeah, so I guess let's open this up and see what we got going on. So one thing that was cool with the other video as I was checking out is the case itself. I thought it was kind of neat. You know, it's not just a box, which I always appreciate that kind of silly stuff. So there's a couple latches, opens up, and then we have our contents. So I'm going to set this down here. And so this comes with the Steelbook case for Fallout 4, which, as always, I love the Steelbooks. And I believe this also comes with a Season Pass, which basically means you get all the DLC for free as part of the deal. Usually you can buy Season Passes separately, and it basically just gets you the DLC. And there's a poster here. So the poster kind of goes over the various like perks, which are kind of the abilities you can unlock. Very cool, very stylish. Shows all the little Vault Boy designs. I might actually throw this into a poster holder and yeah, be able to enjoy that. Those sorts of things are always appreciated by me. And then this is also a, what's this, Vault Dweller Survival Guide, which is basically the little instruction manual, just basic controls. You know, who reads the instructions anyways? And of course, then there is a pretty in-depth little manual for the Pip-Boy itself. Kind of goes over some of the functions and how to use it in an interesting style. It shows, you know, looks a little old school and whatnot. But, so for the main feature here then is going to be our Pip-Boy. So, what the Pip-Boy is basically, it's a unit that is worn on the arm by the main characters, and actually a lot of characters in the games, and this is kind of the, you know, end-all be-all informational device. I think it's really cool how they integrated this into the gameplay. You know, anytime you're accessing menus or changing gear, it all goes to use on the Pip-Boy. Of course, there is lots of detail here. See if I can show this off a little bit. You know, various knobs and whatnot, radiation counter, radio tuner, and there is a power thing here, but I'm not sure if that works yet, but I guess we'll find out once I open it up. And of course, you know, we got our little heavy-duty switch. I will say seems like it's built pretty sturdy. And then we got our holders for our cell phones. So yeah, so really the cool thing here is that we can take our cell phones. There's a Pip-Boy app that they released recently that put on your phone, put your phone in here, and then, you know, it has some silly features here, and I'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, so it's actually built pretty well. It's sturdy, nice little foam insert for comfortability. We got a little arm strap, and then it's also worth mentioning that there is a stand, so you can display the Pip-Boy in all of its greatness. And just to kind of show off the case a little bit more, just, you know, because I appreciate a decent case. Inside's nothing too exciting, but it does come with, you know, foam inserts and whatnot. And it is, again, like I said, it's, you know, pretty sturdy for what it is, so awesome stuff. So I'm going to get this going here and show it off in a second. Here we go with the Pip-Boy. I can't really show it off here, but I'll show some better shots. Yeah, so I fired this up into the demo mode. I believe you can actually sync up the app with your game, I'm assuming. And yeah, so basically there's a lot of little features on here that kind of represent what you see in-game. You get your little status menu here, and then you got like your inventory, data like quests and whatnot. There's an in-game map that can kind of show you where you're going, and of course, you know, this is all interactable because it's a smartphone. And then you got some radio stations here, and I believe a lot of this is more just kind of I'm sure there's more to it once I actually like sync it up with everything. I don't have the game installed right now, and I don't know. I haven't looked into the finer details of things, but in the end, it's I think it's pretty cool. You know, the Pip-Boy is kind of one of the big, I guess, functions and features of games. It's very important, and it's really cool just to have, you know, an actual replica Pip-Boy. There's a little power button here that turns on some lights that I don't think actually do anything other than have some lights that show up on the top and whatnot. But yeah, so that is the Pip-Boy, and with the phone installed. And the only kind of drawback, I guess, to this is it's only compatible technically with certain phones, the Galaxy S3, 4, 5, and 6, and the iPhone 4, 5, and 6, I believe. Comes with various inserts if you need to stick in a certain phone. Mine is an S6, so it's large enough where it just kind of pops in there and fits as is. And yeah, so that's pretty much it for some of that. I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's going to do a little bit more extensive look at the app itself. And of course, anybody can go and download the app to fiddle around with it. There's actually a really cool little, let's see if I can find it. Basically a missile command game you can play, which is kind of silly, but it doesn't actually fit very well. Yeah, so that's the Fallout 4 Pip-Boy Edition, and yeah, pretty cool. It doesn't come with a whole lot of extra stuff, but I mean, the Pip-Boy is pretty much every Fallout fan's dream. I know these are pretty high in demand. I think they sold out relatively quick, and unfortunate side effect of desirable collector's editions are obviously the resellers and the scalpers who buy them up and sell them for exorbitant prices. So I hope everybody who wanted one was able to get one, is my hope anyways. And yeah, so I am very excited to start playing some Fallout 4. I know there's tons and tons of people playing it right now, so yeah, so I guess time to put this away and get to it. And of course, as always, if you liked what you've seen, please give the video a like, a share, and subscribe, and hit me up on Facebook and Twitter. And of course, let me know what your thoughts are. Did you get the Pip-Boy? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on the Game Grinder.